Hey guys, Lindsay here. Welcome back to my channel. So I've gone a little overboard with the Hufflepuff stuff because today we are going to do the Honey palette from ColourPop, which is their monochromatic yellow palette, which I'm going to dub the unofficial Hufflepuff palette. So you guys already know how much I love the monochromatic palettes from ColourPop. I own all of them with the exception of the brown one because it's brown. And I've been dying to have a yellow one, that and an orange one. So still holding out for an orange one, but very, very excited for this one. So I'm actually pretty happy with all of the colors they chose in here for the most part. I like the fact that you have a mix of bright yellows, some grungy yellows. I just love a good yellow eyeshadow. And of course, because I'm a Hufflepuff, I love yellow. It's just something that's really grown on me ever since I did the Pottermore test and found out I was a Hufflepuff. I really kind of embraced it and have just fallen in love with the color yellow. And it's such a fun eyeshadow color to wear if you've never done yellow eyeshadow, especially like a grungy mustardy yellow eyeshadow. That's a really fun one. So yes, definitely happy with this palette. My only complaint would be probably the pressed glitter, just because I don't know why they decided to include a pressed glitter this time, whereas they haven't done that previously. Like, I hope that they're not going to keep doing that. I have some palettes with pressed glitters in it and I have used them, but mostly I use them for like a special look, or I'm using them to show you guys how they perform. But just in my day-to-day life, it's going to be pretty rare that I'm going to grab for that glitter. So not really caring so much that it's in there. The rest of the shadows I'm pretty happy with color-wise. I will say that this palette photographs horribly. When I was seeing pictures of it, it looked so just tan and boring and blah. In person, it's so much better. So I really don't know how it's translating on camera. I guess I'll find out when I edit. Like, of course, the colors down here do lean more to the tannish, brownish side, but they have that yellow undertone about them. So I'm okay with it because it allows you to kind of deepen up the look and go in different directions. So I'm okay with that. I kind of wish that instead of doing the pressed glitter, they would have maybe included a Super Shock shadow. That could have been really cool because clearly they've perfected their Super Shock formula to where they can put them in palettes now. So I would rather see them go back to their like original formula and put a fun, maybe like really light, yellow shimmery white type of thing as a Super Shock in the center, or even a Super Shock gold. That could have been really fun. Pressed glitter, it's not gonna get much use from me. I might use it a little bit today as an accent, but again, I just hate removing glitter from my eyes. It drives me crazy when I go to take it off at the end of the night. So I really don't feel like putting it on my lid right now. So maybe if anything, I might add it a little bit to the highlight that I've already got on, or something on the outer portion of the eye. I don't know. So but yeah, that's pretty much it. I did check to see if it was still in stock. It is. I don't know if it sold out originally, but it's in stock now. And these little guys retail for $12. They also have some really fun bundles if you want to go all out with yellow or any of the other colors. Now that they have all the fun colored mascaras, you can get things like this with the mascara or with the liners that they have. I do have the Punch pencil liner. I don't have the liquid yellow liner, but I figure I will incorporate the pencil liner into this. I don't have the mascara either, just because I knew I would only be using on the bottom lash, and I really wish they would eventually come out with some mini mascara tubes, because I am never going to use those big mascaras as a lower lash accent. You know, I'm never going to use them in time before they end up going bad and drying up. So please, ColourPop, come out with mini colored mascaras. Okay, so I was going to do the live swatches again like I did for you guys with the blue palette and just go down the arm, but as you can see, they're already on there, and that's because the file the file for what I apparently thought I recorded corrupted. I don't know. I just went to put it on my computer so that I could free up space on my card, and it said that the data file was not supported. I don't know what the hell happened. Hopefully this is actually working right now, but it's already on my arm here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you guys up close. So know that these were done kind of in the whole live swatching manner, which is why they're a little messier than you would normally see from me. But yes, this is what all the swatches look like. So I will say I'm actually a bit more impressed by this glitter now that I've actually swatched it. It was very easy to, first off, like when I just put my finger on the pan, it picked up all the glitter. It was really nice. And I just kind of patted it out to get it on here. In the viewfinder, it has this really gorgeous kind of pink shift to it. But then when I look at it kind of down like this, I'm seeing more yellow gold. So it is really pretty. I am tempted to use it. So like I said, maybe I'll just kind of use it on the outer part just so we can see it. It's not going on my lid today though. But yeah, as far as everything else goes, This color is super beautiful. I don't know how that's coming off with the shift, but it does have like almost a yellow with a green shift to it. Very, even almost a little hint of blue. I can't quite tell. It's very unique. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to use this and see how it works. I'm sure the shadows are going to perform beautifully because all the other ones are always really easy to use. Every now and then there's some patchy ones with the darker shades, but there's not any really dark shades this time, so I don't think we're going to have that issue. Either way though, I'm pretty excited to create a kind of Hufflepuff inspired look with this all yellow palette. So yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in and get started. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. I just put MAC Paint Pot on my lid and I did not set it. This is probably the worst day that I could have filmed an all yellow look because my brushes are in desperate need of a good cleaning party. So hopefully I can find some brushes that aren't stained badly enough to where, you know, it's not messing up the yellow shadow. So I think I'm gonna start out, I want to start out with a fluffy brush. I kind of did this in my last video. Yeah, I kind of did this in my last video. I used this fluffy Suva Beauty brush. I really don't know what direction I want to go in. So I think I want to start out with the brightest spot. I'm kind of like looking at my swatches to see. Yeah, I think I want to go with Sweet Spot. So the brightest one, I'm gonna use that on a fluffy brush. Primer is still tacky, so I'm gonna focus just kind of lightly patting this onto the crease area. And then I'll just kind of gradually build it up, but I want this to be kind of a light, bright wash of yellow. And I do think I'm gonna just have fun with this and, you know, really blow it out and probably pop some of the glitter over the highlight area. So we are gonna go ahead and just panda eye it. Just really, really blow out that bright yellow color. I'm gonna go ahead and just wrap it all the way under. And then kind of bring it down even more. I really want this to be super blown out. I feel like with a bright color like yellow, you can pull that off. And then I'm gonna add a little more to the outer part because it is not blown out enough for me. Go a little higher too. We're just gonna go crazy with this yellow. Okay, and then I think I'm gonna take a slightly smaller but still fluffy brush. You kind of go ahead and jump into Oh Behave and kind of start working that more into the crease to deepen it up a little bit. I think I am gonna do a cut crease just so that I have that definition and the separation, because sometimes with these lighter colors, it's hard to get that kind of separation. I'm gonna go ahead and pop some on the lid as well, just on this little outer portion. And again, pop some underneath. I think I need to switch to a pencil brush, so actually I'll use this Suva Beauty. This is a 550, so it's flat but short, so it's got like a good density. It's pretty stiff. I'm still using Oh Behave, the bottom middle shade. And I'm just gonna get a little closer to the lash line with that. I have mascara on just from work, so I didn't feel like taking that off. Okay, and then just drag a little bit of that down. I do want to deepen up this outer corner a little bit though. So let's try Totally Buggin' first. I'm honestly a little surprised that Totally Buggin' isn't the bright yellow shade, since like when I think of Clueless, I think of that yellow plaid outfit that Cher wears. So I would have gone with this middle color and called that Totally Buggin', but that's just me. Okay, so I really don't feel like that did anything. It definitely, well, maybe it did darken it up a little bit, but definitely not what I was expecting it to. So let me jump into Buzzkill. I'm gonna be light-handed though, because I don't want this turning brown. Okay, so when you layer it, I feel like it doesn't stand out as much as it does on its own, like how it is right here. But that's, you know. This might be one where you need to work from darkest to lightest. You know, sometimes different palettes, different shadows, you just need to do that. All right, I'm gonna grab a pencil brush. I'm gonna try Totally Buggin' first and just really deepen up the crease where I know I'm gonna cut it. Maybe with a denser brush, it'll stand out more. Nope. Okay, so going into Buzzkill now. I feel like that's just gonna turn brownish. So I'm gonna take Oh Behave again with my fluffy brush and just kind of go over the top. I feel like it is starting to get, and then a little bit of Sweet Spot. I feel like it is starting to get a little too brown toned. I mean, it's not a lot, but more than I want. I think that's fine. I think once I cut the crease, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll stand out. And worst comes to worst, maybe I'll add a glitter line accent. So let me go ahead and do my concealer, and I'm gonna cut the crease to almost a little over halfway. All right, and then first I'm going to top it with Sunburst, this shade right here. I'm going to pack this on dry first, but I have a feeling I'm probably gonna go back over it with a wet brush because it just really makes them stand out more, and I like the way it looks. So let me pack this on. That is a beautiful color. And because my concealer is still a little bit tacky, it's really kind of gripping to it, so that's nice. I'm trying to decide if I want any of this dandy color at all. Maybe a little bit of it. So I'm just gonna take it with my finger, this little shade right here, and kind of pop this in the center and blend it over the top of the other one. Love that. And then I'm just gonna take the pencil brush that I was using and go back into Sweet Spot. I just kind of want to knock a little bit of the shimmer off of the crease on this little outer part. Okay, I like that. And then I'll take a little bit of Oh Behave so that this blends a little bit better. So that's definitely also, I'm gonna do that lighter color on my inner corner. Absolutely. Before we go any further, I think I want to add a little bit of depth to the lower lash line. So I'm gonna take my liner brush into Buzzkill. See if I can stamp this right at the lash line, maybe try to darken it up a little bit. I don't know that it's gonna work since we already saw that they don't seem to layer very well. I mean, I take that back. It's not that they don't layer well, it's just that the colors all just kind of blend together, it seems. Although, see, like I said, using it with a denser brush, it seems to be standing out more. But I really think that in the future, I'll probably work darkest to lightest with a palette like this. I'm gonna grab a little more of Oh Behave and just run that right underneath. And a little more of Buzzkill, same thing. And then I'm gonna go ahead and do the inner corner with just a pencil brush. So Sunburst. And just pack that on the inner corner. So I did lie. I don't think I'm going to do a wet brush over the top of that. I don't know. I'm curious just to see what it would look like. It doesn't need it though. You can clearly see that is a beautiful shine. But let's just see what it looks like for the sake of trying it out. So just grab some on the brush and spritz it. And let's just see what it looks like. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell. I can definitely tell that it has a bit more of the iridescence to it when you have it wet. But like I said, you could definitely do it either way. So let's go ahead and take a little bit of the glitter. Okay, and like I said, I think I'm just gonna kind of, maybe I'll just add it out here. Kind of trailing off from the look. This is magical inspired. I think I'll trail it down a little too. So that is the look. Let's add a liner. Of course, it's gonna be Punch from ColourPop. So pop that in the waterline. Let's try to pick out a pair of lashes. Maybe one of my Alien Cosmetics ones. These could be fun because they're that more light and airy pair, but still fun and bold. I recently got a bunch of new Menagerie Cosmetics liquid lipsticks, so maybe I can do one of those. I think I'll go with the more bold color and do Growler. It's kind of got a little bit of like a warm yellowy brownish kind of color to it. I think it could look really pretty. So let me catch up the other eye, put on the lashes, the lipstick, and I will be back to show you the final look. Alright guys, so here is my completed Hufflepuff inspired look using the Honey palette from ColourPop. So definitely happy with the combination of all of this. I think that the liquid lip is a really fun one. They do have another one, Menagerie Cosmetics. Did I mention that's what it was from? I don't remember. This is Menagerie Cosmetics. They do have another liquid lipstick that I think might have been even more perfect. It's a bit lighter than this one and definitely more of a yellow brown. I think it might have been called Leo. I don't know, but I still think that this brown looks really beautiful with the yellow eye look. And then of course the Alien Cosmetics lashes. This one is the style Spaced Out. They're very spaced out. It's very appropriate. But yeah, overall, this palette performed pretty much exactly how I expected it to. It performed just like all my other ColourPop palettes did. And like I thought, because there wasn't any really deep shades in this palette, there wasn't any patchiness. The one thing that I did kind of notice that I mentioned as I was going through is that it didn't seem like the different colors built up very well on top of each other. I do see some depth and some gradation when I look at the look now. I do think that doing the cut crease helped, but I think if you really wanted like these type of deeper shades to stand out, this might be the type of palette where you want to start with the dark shades first and kind of pat those in and then go in with your lighter shade and blend over it. Sometimes you just have to go one way or the other with a palette, just depending on the formula. I don't find that to be a big deal. I feel like once you've done it once and you've learned which way works best for that palette, just do that way in the future. So, but I really love this look and I wanted the more blown out bright yellow look and that's what I got. And I'm kind of, you know, eating my words about the glitter. I don't hate it. It was very easy to use. I've used some pressed glitters in the past where they kind of really clump together. And so when you're trying to space them out, you end up with a giant clump in places. I feel like this worked really nicely. And you saw kind of how I did. I literally just did a little quick swipe and then more like just tapped it and it dispersed the glitter really beautifully. And I do feel like it's giving a nice little iridescent coloring. I'm seeing a little bit of pink and then the yellow and I think it's pretty. So I don't hate it. Do I want them to keep including pressed glitters in future monochromatic palettes? No. I do hope that they'll try to maybe put a super shock shadow in, or at least just stick with the regular pressed shadow formula. I really don't want a pressed glitter in every single one from here on out. So that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of fun Hufflepuff inspired look, or at least playing around with the ColourPop Honey palette. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.